Alright, I'm going to show you how I use Lightroom with my Photoshop. First, I'm going to import my images. So, let me drag this over here. Hopefully that won't be in the way. So, what I do is I usually always go to my computer. I insert my disk so that I can see all my images on here. So normally I've got the disk showing up here. I click on it. I save all of my images into a folder on my desktop, into my pictures, and then after I've done that, then I eject the disk because it's really important that it's not connected to your computer when you import through Lightroom. So then I go back into my Lightroom, and up here on the top I click on File and Import Photos and Video. Brings me to this screen which connects, I've got it to where I've already pointed it to my pictures, so it shows all of my pictures here in my pictures folder. So then I just go into the one that I click on the one I want it to import. This is kind of grayed out because I've already imported these because I'm just showing you how I do it, but down here you would hit import because when you see it, it automatically checks all of these, telling you that it's going to import all of the checked items. So then you'd hit import, and then it takes you to this screen and shows you all of your imported photos. What I do from there is I go into develop, and then the one thing that's beautiful about Lightroom is sorting, being able to go through your entire session really quickly, pick the images that you want, and pull them aside so that you're just working with those images. So for instance, you're going to use the P as in Papa key on your keyboard to flag it, and the U key to unflag it. So let's say I want to pick this one. I'm going to go ahead and hit the P, and then I'm just going to scroll through the rest of the images until I find another one that I want to pick. So I'm just going to grab a couple of those really quickly. And then what I would do is over here where it says filters off, because these are your filters. So you're going to click on filters off, and you're going to click flagged. It's going to pull all of your flagged images into, it's not doing anything to the folder that you're using, it's just pulling them aside so that you can edit them separately from all the rest. So from here, it's really important that you go in and you click on Enable Profile Corrections. Your lens correction is going to determine which lens you used on your camera, and it's going to adjust the photo according to what lens you used. So I always click on that, and then usually when you import these in, sharpening is selected. I don't like to start out with that little bit of sharpening because I think it affects the images, so I always drag it down to nothing because I want to sharpen in Photoshop. And then, let's say I want to work on this image. I do Control E on my keyboard, and it's going to pull it into Photoshop. And then I can go through and I can make a couple adjustments, edit the entire image if I want, just do all of the normal stuff that I would do to it, and then I hit Control S, which, if you notice, that changed the title of the image to a TIFF. But what it does is now if I go back to Lightroom, see how I've got this original image, which is 2 of 2, and I've got a new image, 1 of 2. And if you look on her face right here, you can see that it's got all of the edits that I did in Photoshop saved right here. So then you have to go back through and do your adjustments again. I always click on Enable Profile Corrections again just in case anything got lost. But then you can go in and add your vignette, whatever you want to do to it. And then from here, this is where I save my images, because the nice thing about saving them from Lightroom is you can click on every one of these and save them all at the same time. So you can go through, edit all of your images that you want edited, and then highlight them, save them all to your JPEG folder and all of them to your blog folder at the same time. You're just going to click export, and then I've already got a couple of things set up in here where, like, for instance, this one's going to save it in the same folder as the original photo, but it's going to put it in a subfolder called completed JPEGs. So in this one, there's no compression on the image. I'm not making it smaller. I want it as large as it's going to be, sRGB format, and I want to make sure it's 300 pixels. And then I would just hit export. For my blog images, I put it in the same folder as original, subfolder blog, and then I compress it. So I click where it says resize to fit, long edge. This is a large image, so normally you would do like a 600 or a 900. So I do have this a little bit large, but the resolution per inch is 75. So if anybody was to try and print it, it would probably look like crap. So that's that's why you want to compress your blog images that you put on Facebook or whatever, because you really don't want them printing from Facebook, saving from Facebook and printing, because that represents your work and you don't want it to print good. I click on the watermark. I've made a watermark that I connect into here. And you can go in and edit watermarks and make your own and put it on there. But it just makes it really nice because I can just click on that, click export, and all of the images are saved in that size with the watermark, and I'm done. So Lightroom is really, really nice that way. Yeah, then you can just click on filters off, takes you right back to your other folder, and you've still got your edits that you did here. I will make another video for you with the information that I was going to show you in Photoshop.